Good morning, class. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Welcome to your English class. Today, in the series of revision, we are going to start with the revision of reported speech. The other name for reported speech is direct indirect speech. So, let's get started. Reported speech or direct indirect speech. There are two ways of reporting the speech of a person: direct speech and indirect speech. Now, what is direct speech? The actual words of the speaker are reported, which are given in inverted commas without any change. Okay, so when we report the actual words of the speaker, then it is direct speech. We are not adding anything on our own, but these are the actual words of the speaker which are reported, and they are always put into inverted commas without any change. So that's why it is called direct speech, because we are reporting it directly in the words of the speaker. Take one example. Gandhiji has said, "An eye for an eye will make the whole world blind." Now, these are directly Gandhiji's words, so we have not added anything on our own, but we are reporting what he had said. So, this is direct speech, right? Now, let's see what is indirect speech. The actual words of the speaker are not reported. Only the substance of the speaker's words is given. No inverted commas are used. All punctuation marks except full stop are removed. So, this is indirect speech. Now, what happens in indirect speech is we do not report the actual words of the speaker, but what we do is what the speaker wants to say, the substance of his words, that is what he wishes to convey, is given, right? And we don't use inverted commas here. The inverted commas are removed. All the punctuation marks, that is the inverted commas, then the comma separating the reported verb and the reported speech, that all is removed. We simply use the full stop, right? We'll see the same example in indirect speech. Gandhiji has said that an eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. Now we add here that, which separates the reporting verb and the reported speech. It connects them. Okay, so we add that here in indirect speech, and all the punctuation marks except full stop are removed, right? So this is about direct and indirect speech. Now comes reported verb. Verb, you know, the action word. Okay, so the verb which introduces the reported speech is called the reported verb. Now let's see reported verb. The verb which introduces the reported speech is called the reported verb. The comma separating them is removed. Its tense is never change. So, whatever the reported verb is there, it remains the same, and its tense will also not be changed, right? and the comma which separates the reported verb with the reported speech, that is removed. Right? Now let's see the table representing the changes from direct speech to indirect speech. Right? How do the changes take place? See, first one is simple present. So, if the sentence is in simple present tense in direct speech, it becomes simple past tense in indirect speech. Okay? Take for example, the old man said, I am tired. Now, this is in simple present tense. When it comes to indirect speech, this will change to simple past tense, and the sentence would be, the old man said that he was tired. Right? Let's take example of present continuous tense. Now, when the sentence is in present continuous tense in direct speech, it becomes past continuous in indirect speech. Okay? Say for example, the gardener said, the flowers are blooming very well. So, this sentence is in present continuous tense, and now it will change into past continuous tense when it goes to indirect speech. Right? So, the sentence would be, the gardener said that the flowers were blooming very well. Right? So, I hope it is clear to you. Present continuous tense changes into past continuous tense. Clear? Let's see the next one. Present perfect in direct speech changes into past perfect in indirect speech. Now, if a sentence is in present perfect tense in direct speech, then it will become past perfect in indirect speech. Okay, let's see an example. The watchman said, all the doors have been locked. See, have been is present perfect, and let's see how it changes into indirect speech. The watchman said that all the doors had been locked. Right? So, that is past perfect in indirect speech. Clear? Let's see the next one. Past tense becomes past perfect tense. Okay? So, the past tense in direct speech becomes past perfect tense in indirect speech. Okay? Let's see the example. Jitu said, Puneet baked a cake. Jitu said that Puneet had baked a cake the previous day. Right? So, here the direct speech is in past tense and the indirect speech is in past perfect tense. That is, baked has been changed into had baked. I hope it's clear to you. Let's come to the last one, future tense. Okay? Now, future tense becomes simple past tense in indirect speech. We'll see an example. Krishna said, I will join the Pandavas. Now, this sentence is in future tense. I will join the Pandavas. Now, this sentence in future tense changes into simple past tense in indirect speech. Krishna said that he would join the Pandavas. Right? So, children, Always remember these changes. First, as soon as you solve the exercise, first of all, see the tense of that sentence. It is in which tense, and according to the tense, you have to make changes. Okay, so here we have made it very clear that simple past into simple present into simple past, present continuous changes into past continuous, present perfect into past perfect, past tense into past perfect tense, and future tense becomes simple past tense. So I hope it is clear to you. Please be very careful when you are solving the exercise. Now there are some other changes which take place in reported speech. And which are they? Let's see. Now the other changes. While changing from direct to indirect speech, words expressing nearness in time and place are generally changed into words expressing distance. That is, the words which shows nearness, okay, changes from the words of distance. Now you can see the table here. Words expressing nearness from direct speech is given on the left side, and words expressing distance to indirect speech is given on the right hand side column. Let's see them. Now changes to then, this changes to that, these changes to those, here changes to there, thus changes to so, ago changes to before, today changes to that day, tonight changes to that night, tomorrow changes to the next day, yesterday changes to the previous day, or it is also called the day before. Last night changes to the previous night or the night before. Next week changes to the following week. Last week changes to the previous week. Just changes into then. Children, these are some changes which are given here. Apart from these changes, there are many other changes which you come across while you are solving the exercise. So you have to prepare a list on your own of the changes which you observe and which you find while solving the exercise, right? So you have to list them, and accordingly you have to memorize them. You have to keep in mind always when you are solving the exercises. So these certain changes which are given here, this you have to learn by heart. You have to be very perfect about them when you are solving the exercise, right? Okay children, now let's test ourselves. Okay, it is time for you to test yourself how much you have learned. Videos related to reported speech have been posted earlier. You have solved many exercises, and preps related to it are also given to you. So I am sure the concept is quite clear to you. Let's test now. Convert the following sentences into the indirect. Now here few sentences are given. You have to convert these sentences into indirect sentences. These are direct sentences given, directly reported in direct speech. So you have to convert it into indirect speech. Let's read the first one. She said, I am tired. Right? Now, the rules you know. First of all, you have to change the reported speech. That is, here it is I am tired. So you don't have to report it in direct. It is given in direct speech. You have to report it into indirect speech. And one most important thing is remove all the punctuations. Okay? So, except full stop, all the other punctuation marks will be removed. Another important point to be kept in mind is the reported verb and the reported speech. They are separated by a comma. Say, for example, in the first one, she said. So, said is the reported verb and it is separated by the comma which separates it from the reported speech. Okay, so the reported speech is I am tired. And don't forget that the tense of reported verb always remains the same. It doesn't change. The tense, the word may change. Said may change to asked, may change to suggested, it could become told. Okay, so these changes may take place, but you always have to keep in mind that the tense will remain the same. Okay, second one, they said we would like to buy some sugar. He said we are leaving the town. The actress said, I left the home at 17. The little boy said, the dog is barking loudly. Sixth one, can we go on the giant wheel now? Said Ahna. Now, children, we have already done interrogative types of sentences also in reported speech. So, I have given you few interrogative sentences also to report into indirect speech to test you. Okay, so this is an interrogative sentence. Can we go on the giant wheel now? Said Ahna. When are you going to clean up your room? Said my mother. This is my garden and only I would use it, said the giant. You should study a few chapters every day, said the teacher. I have finished my homework, said the child. Right? So, children, these are the 10 sentences I have given to you to test you. Okay? Now, they are a mixed bag of simple sentences, that is the declarative sentences, and a few interrogative sentences also. So, what you have to do is, first of all, you have to solve the exercise on your own. You don't have to look into the book or to the answer key given after this. Right? Try and solve it on your own. Once you have solved it, then refer to the book in case of any doubt, and you can check your answers from the answer key given here. Right? Answer key is given for your reference so that you can check the answers. Now, this is for your testing. Okay? So, apart from this, you have to solve the exercises given in the book, the exercises, extra assignments which were given to you in the prep earlier, and in your real English book also there are a few exercises related to reported speech, especially in chapter 6 and chapter 7. So, you all will solve all these exercises, right, to get better practice and better idea also of the topic. Right, children? So, this is about reported speech, and this was specially made on your request to revise the reported speech. Fine, children? So, that is all for today. In today's video, we will do till here only, and we will continue the revision work further. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Thank you.